Hey guys, Casual Gamer 84. Welcome back to the game room. I have an interesting video for you all today. So the thumbnail said, "Can prisoners have Nintendo Switches?" And the answer to that question is, I don't know. Maybe somewhere in the country. I have no clue. The clickbaitiness of that thumbnail is because I now have a clear Switch Lite, and inmates or prisoners, their electronics have to be clear so they don't have contraband in them. So that's the clickbaitiness of the video. But what I did was I took a Switch Lite, reshelled it, and I have an awesome custom Switch Lite. So if you want to see how I done this and the process and whatnot, stick around. Alright guys, so I ordered the replacement shell from Amazon. That was the cheapest way I could find to do it. Even cheaper than ordering from Extreme Rate, who I believe is the manufacturer of the shell itself. Let me double check that real quick. Yeah, Extreme Rate. It was cheaper through Amazon with shipping and taxes and stuff just to do it that way. And Prime shipping. So it was delivered in no time, and I really enjoy it. It's cool to have a custom Switch Lite like that. The case did come with some buttons that I didn't use, and I'll get into that later. But again, Extreme Rate, order from Amazon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and swap cameras. We're going straight into some unboxing footage to kind of show you the shell itself. And then we'll come right back and I'll give you my thoughts on the shell. Alright guys, so in the intro you all kind of get the gist of what I'm getting ready to do. But I'm going to kind of go a little more in depth into it. I'm going to take this turquoise Switch Lite that I have. And I'm going to reshell it. So I went back and forth. I wanted to do something custom because I love my Switch. You all can see behind me. You got what I would call a decent Switch collection. I wanted to customize it a little bit, do a little something different. First I thought about changing the Joy-Con shells and the shell on my Switch, and then I looked at possibly buying another Switch to do that. Then I looked at buying another Switch Lite when I realized they made complete shells for them. And then the more I thought about it, I don't need to spend that extra money. I was going to buy one off the secondary market. I've been able to find them in my area between $100 and $140 for a used one. And ideally I would want a gray one because the bezel on the inside is gray, and I just realized that I have a screen protector on this, so that is going to factor into, I'll get into that later when I unbox the kit. But so nothing's really going to change for me at all, really. But I'm going to swap this out and put a shell on it. And as you all seen, this shell is clear. Some things that I'm going to use to do that. So I've got a Y screwdriver, spudger tool, pair of tweezers. I won't need that. I got some glass cleaner, microfiber cloths, because I know I'm going to get fingerprints and smudges all over it in the process of putting it together. So I got those to clean it up when I'm done. So all the screws, I've got, thanks to a good friend of mine, got me this, I believe for Christmas, a year ago or so. The grip mat, I love them. There's two of them, a large one and a small one. You can drop the small one in and make more compartments. They don't go anywhere. I've used it several times on several consoles and mods and stuff. It stays where you put it, and it holds all my screws, and I can organize them. So that's what I'm going to do with all the screws out of the Switch. This is the first time I'm modding the Switch, so this is not going to be a how-to by any means. I'm going to throw up a warning right here. It's not a how-to, it's a how I did it. video. I also put a link in the description below of two YouTubers, or one YouTuber, and then Extreme Rate. They have a video out on how to do the shell swap as well. And a YouTuber, she done one. She done an excellent job of explaining everything, all the steps. So I watched both of those a couple times to kind of get the gist of what I was doing. But there are a lot of smaller screws in there. So I've got some clear plastic bags. That what I'm going to do is take the bag. If I can't organize enough in my tray, I'm going to take the bag right where it came from. So like outer shell, main board, right Joy-Con board, left Joy-Con board, whatever on it, put the screws in it so I know that's where they go back. That's the easiest thing that I can come up with in my mind to keep them sorted out. So that's all the tools and stuff I'm going to use. Something else I've got is some thermal paste. I've seen some people on YouTube do reshells not use thermal paste. I'm going to use thermal paste because Nintendo put it on there and I don't want the chip inside my Switch getting hot. So I'm definitely going to do that. The kit that I ordered from Amazon. I also put a link in the description below for that too, in case you want to go over and look at it. It was $24.99, I believe, prime shipping, and it is from Extreme Rate Play Different. This is the newer box, I would assume, newer packaging. It's different from the ones that I've seen in the videos that I've watched. So we're going to go ahead and open it up here. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and swap the camera around, and we'll open it up and I'll show you what all you get in the kit. Alright, so here's what you get from Extreme Rate. It comes in a cardboard box. Sorry about the lighting. I just didn't take the time to set everything up properly, so you got a little bit of shadow from the camera here and a little bit of glow from the light here. But we'll go ahead and open this up. Again, it's $24.99. They have multiple colors. Nothing else in the box. We'll go ahead and set it to the side. I did mention a while ago something else that I will need for this, and I'll need to go to the store to get it because I don't own one, is a hair dryer or a heat gun. I have a heat gun, but I don't want to use the heat gun. I don't want to overheat the screen and the digitizer when I take it out. So I'm just going to go buy a cheap hair dryer and use it. But this is what you get when you open it up. You get a 1.5 by 25 millimeter Phillips head screwdriver. I read some reviews on Amazon that said that these wasn't magnetic. They are magnetic. I can feel the magnetization, if that's a word. I don't know. When I touch the tips together. They have mentioned that the quality isn't the best, so I do have some backups. And a 1.5 by 25 Y bit. Nice of them to include that. In theory, everything you need to do a shell swap, you should have here, except for the heat gun or hair dryer. And some people said that they didn't use one. I'm not going to risk breaking my Switch. They do send you with a bag of screws and some covers for the fan ports on it, which is nice. I'll try to find a picture of it and throw it up here so you can see it. But on their Amazon photos, they show what each screw, or tell you what each screw goes to. And they actually give pictures and show where they go in the shell itself, which is nice of them to do. You have the mounts for your shoulder buttons there. You have your volume control, SD card slot cover, game card slot cover. So you get everything clear that you need, which is nice. They give you some colored ABXY buttons, reminiscent of the Super Famicom colors. I probably won't use these. I'll probably use the white ones that are already in the Switch. They give you a screen protector accessories. We'll get to that in just a second. I set it to the side. You get the shell itself. I'm going to go ahead and set it to the side as well. So I mentioned the bezel earlier, The color of the switch is the color of the line around the bezel. What they do is the back. They give you a gray, or give you a screen protector that has a gray bezel around it to mask the color of that if you use a different color switch. Some people have complained about how you screen protector so you still got that lip, and they didn't like it. And I realized earlier that my switch light already has a screen protector on it, so obviously I'll take that off. But it'll be the same with this on it. So I'm happy that I realized I had a switch protector or a screen protector on my switch. Put that back in there so I don't lose it, and that's why you need the screen protection accessories: wet wipe, dry wipe, and an anti-static or dust sticker in there. So I'll move that to the side. The shell itself, again, I ordered the clear one. I don't know how well the video picks it up. You can see that it's more frosted than clear. So like you can make it out, but if you move it back, you can't really make it what it says. So it's frosted. I'm fine with that. And the reason that I'm fine with that is because I was afraid that it would be like a real rigid or like a cheap plastic shell, and it wouldn't feel right. It has a really good texture to it, and it's got some flex to it, which is nice. So it's not, real rigid. So it's nice that it has some give. And I would assume that's why it's frosted. I think that to get it crystal clear, they would have to have made it super rigid. And then it would be more likely to crack, I think. And it would probably be really slick and smooth. But I like that. I'm okay with it being frosted. So you have your front shell and your back shell. So yeah, I'm happy with the construction. We'll see when I get it put in what I think. So again, this is going to be a not a how-to video, but a how I did it video, and I'm excited. So I'm going to run to the store and get a hairdryer, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so again it came with the colored buttons like the Super Famicom buttons. I did not use those. I went with the white buttons as my joysticks was white, and my D-pad was white, and everything else was white. I did go with the clear over here cartridge cover and the clear SD card cover because I had the teal switch and it just looked weird not that way. One thing that I wasn't sure of if I was going to put the screen protector on there or not to change the bezel color, and you can kind of see maybe. They don't pick up real good on there in the top corner. And I may just know to look there. You can kind of see right here where you can see the color under a little bit where I didn't get it straight. That's my fault, not their fault. But as far as it adding thickness to it, it's tapered glass, so I mean it don't really catch or anything like that. I already had a screen protector on it, so that was my only worry, was if I would like that or not. And I don't mind at all. I think it looks really good, and again, you can't really tell that it's on there. The one thing that I did notice, and it may have just been me, I may have done something wrong, but right here you can kind of see that it kind of moves. It doesn't snap together real well there. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but overall it's not bad, and I don't really pay any attention to that at all. It is awesome. It kind of is a it seems very daunting to do that, because you do have to take everything out of the switch. You have to take the digitizer and the screen and everything out. All the buttons, the boards, everything has to come out, and you have to put it in the new one. That was pretty daunting, but it was pretty easy. This is it with my Satisfy grip on it, which is also white, and I think it looks really good with the clear and the white because I have the white buttons and Joy-Cons and whatnot, or the joysticks, not Joy-Cons. I think it looks really good, awesome on there. So I'm very happy with it. I've got some footage that I'll show of me doing the shell swap, but it's not a how-to. It's a how I did. Don't take my word for anything. I don't want you to think that, oh well, Casual Gamer said I could do this and I done it and now I don't have a switch. Because you literally have to unhook everything out. But the video that I watched that helped me out a lot is I watched Extreme Rate. They have an hour and 16-minute long how to install the replacement shell. It's their video. It walks you through step by step. That's a good video. I watched it all the way through. And I also watched another video which is 16 minutes. It's a little shorter by a YouTuber by the name of Erica Griffin. I'll link both of those videos down below. I definitely recommend watching both of them. I watched both of them all the way through, and then when I was doing the reshell itself, I watched her video again. And I had to, stop it a few times. She does an excellent job of explaining everything. So definitely go check her channel out and check this out, the shell swap that she does. If you're interested in doing that, it can definitely help you out. They do have multiple colors, so if something you're interested in doing, definitely check that out. So guys, I could not be happier with this. I love it. I think that eventually I'll get to show it off when I take it to cons or something, and somebody will see it, and friends will come over and see it, or I'm traveling, and it'll just be something to talk about and something that's cool. The plastic I may have mentioned before. The plastic doesn't feel cheap. And again, it's not translucent. It's kind of a hazy or cloudiness to it, instead of it being like crystal clear. But I think that's what gives it that feel, that texture, and it almost feels exactly like the OEM or the original switch shell. It feels really good. All the buttons are clicky, and it does come with. It did not. I used my plus and minus button, but it did come with other buttons again. I didn't use them all with those. So guys, we're going to go ahead and cut over to the video of me reshelling this. Alright guys, so maybe we're not going to show a video of me reshelling this, because this is a family-friendly series, and it is time-consuming and tedious swapping everything over, but it is definitely doable. I didn't have a problem with the Y screwdriver and the Phillips screwdriver that they supplied in the kit. I didn't have a problem with that at all. I did use a pair of tweezers. I did use a spudging tool and a hairdryer to take the screen out. One thing that I will note that they note in the other videos, heat the screen, and that's the probably the most tedious part. Heating the screen, or the scary part, I guess. Heat the screen with a hairdryer. Do not press in the middle of the screen or the digitizer. Something that I did is I took a guitar pick, and once I heated it, I was able to kind of get under the screen and work that around. And if I felt that it was more resistance than it should be, I would heat it a little more and then work my way around it, and it came out no problem. I really enjoy it. There's a shot of it on. Y'all kind of get a sneak peek at some of the games I've been playing, I guess. I really like it. I think it looks really good. It's awesome to kind of see the bits and bobs in it. It gives me a whole kind of 90s nostalgic feel, like the telephones and all the electronics and stuff back in the day. But guys, thanks for watching. If you've not already done so, hit me up with a subscribe. I would really appreciate that. If you like the content, hit that like button. Ring that bell for notifications. You will be notified when I post a video for you. Until next time.